So, I'm known as the guy who collects football shirts, talks about football shirts, rants about football shirts, and sleeps with football shirts. Anyway, due to this, I get asked about 50 times a week, Ellis, how much is your football shirt collection actually worth? Ellis, how much is your football shirt collection worth? Ellis, do you even keep any of the shirts you have? Ellis, something along the lines of how much is your shirt collection actually worth? Also, just to be clear before we actually get into this isn't a video where I'm going to show off all of my shirt collection. I am actually due to do another one of them videos. So if you guys want to see an updated shirt collection video where I showcase every single shirt in my collection, hit 3,000 likes. If you hit 3,000 likes, I'll showcase my entire collection because it's been so long. Also, if you want to win a £20 Classic Football Shirts voucher to kickstart your collection, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel and tick that bell notification button next to the subscribe button to have a chance of winning a £20 Classic Football Shirts voucher. Good luck. It's the Euros coming up. Get a lovely England shirt for you. It's coming home! So the way this is going to work is I don't actually know how much my collection is even worth. So I'm going to get out every single item, value it, break them down into sections, and the sections are then going to be shown to you. We're going to have a 0 to £50, 50 to £100, 100 to £200, and 200 plus. I think that's probably the best way to do it. You know, it's going to be such a long day. How was this my job? Also, for those wondering how I'm going to work out how much my shirts are worth, for those of which that have been recently sold on eBay, I'll go on that price. Any that haven't been sold recently, I'll go off Classic Football Shirts price and take off around 20 to 30%. And it also does feel, at the moment, like the football shirt market is kind of stable. Feels like we've kind of hit quite a flat point. I don't know whether it's because we're coming out of lockdown and stuff. So now feels like it's actually quite a good time to value the collection before, you know, it goes either up or down and I'm homeless. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this, starting with the £50 section. Okay, so upon my calculations, I have 93 shirts worth £50 and under, and in total these come to a grand total value of £3,275. For those of you who love maths, that works out at roughly £35 value per item. Also, for those of you that care, on screen right now is a quick breakdown of all the values of each shirt in this section, just so I don't get, that's fake, you're lying in the car. Can't be dealing with it, Gary. Brian, Steve, Darren, Grant, Lisa, Dave. What's going on there? For each section, I thought it would be good to talk about 2 or 3 shirts in it, just to talk about kind of my thoughts behind each section I have. And the shirts under £50 are either sentimental value ones that I really love but don't have too much value to them, or just shirts that I think maybe in the future could be decent investments. Also, a point that I don't think I make clear enough, a shirt's value and how much it cost you isn't really relevant. It's about how much you actually like that shirt. There's shirts that are probably worth like £2,000, but if you don't actually like what it looks like, what is the point in owning it? And this section, there are so many nice shirts that can still be picked up really cheap. So yeah, these are my highlights. I have this Inter Milan jacket, but as you can see, there's no Inter Milan badge, so it's why it's in this section. It's nice though. I do actually have the Inter Milan badge to put onto it. It's just a case of I'm lazy. Another notable shirt in this section is the Red Bull Salzburg Haaland shirt. I just think shirt with him on the back from his Salzburg days. Obviously, I haven't got on for when he was at Mulder. Is it Mulder? Mold? I've got enough mold in this house. I think a shirt from his era there is just, everyone knows why that is going to be potentially 10 years time. It's going to be worth more than £100. You know, I don't know. This isn't investment advice. Another one to sort of round up what this section represents is this season's Ajax away shirt. It just is, universally, everyone agreed that it's lovely, isn't it? Take a look. Look at that. Lovely. Superb. Let's move on to the £50 to £100 section. So, in this section, I have a grand total of 53 shirts, which come to a grand total value of £4,465. Ta-da! Once again, for those who care, that works out at a rough value of £84 per shirt, and it brings our total value so far to £7,740. It's going alright. In terms of ones to talk about from this section, we firstly got the Borussia Mönchengladbach blackout shirt. It's a shirt that I think is cool, but for me, I kind of got it because I knew I couldn't get a Dortmund blackout shirt. You know, stay tuned for that video later in the month. I know you're all aware I'm hunting for one. Will I find one? Who knows? But I kind of got this because I didn't get the Dortmund blackout shirt, and I was like, it's another German club, it'll fill the void. I just think the blackout trend kind of started and finished with Dortmund, and anything since has kind of been trying to follow that exact same recipe, and I just don't think any club can emulate it in the way that they did. But still, it's fancy and it's got a box, so well worth the money. Next up, I thought that would have looked so cool. A great example of a modern shirt being able to maintain its value is the Club America third shirt from this season. If you look at the design, the detailing on it, you can see why I picked it up, and it's held its value. If anything, it's worth more than its retail in the UK because you just can't get them here. As I've said, I'm going on holiday to Florida in September. Then, is that near Mexico? That's not even, I don't know. Moving on. The £100 to £200 section is where it gets a bit juicy. This section, I have 33 shirts, which come to a grand total of £4,895. This brings our current grand total to £12,635. Also, please see on screen right now the values for every shirt from this section. You're probably thinking, Ellis, why are you choosing these shirts? And to be honest, I love every shirt that I own. The ones that I don't like, I just get rid of. So there will be a shirt collection video, I hope soon, where I can talk about every shirt in a bit more detail. But this section and onwards, like it's hard to pick. So here's the three I wanted to talk about in this video. First up, we have the Argentina 1990 sweatshirt. And there's things I could say about it. There's things that would get me demonetized that I could say about it, but everyone knows what I love by this point. Everyone knows that I love sweatshirts, I love training wear, and this just is so rare. Like, I've never seen another one listed. No one can even provide me a photo of another one. It is that ridiculously rare. Next up is one of my Palermo Dybala shirts. This one is very interesting because, as you can see, the sponsor says keep calm and tutu al barbera, which is a phrase or something to do with Palermo as a club. You know, probably should have looked that up. As you can see, it's got Dybala on the back, which is all well and good. It's very rare, even in the first case, to find a Palermo Dybala shirt. They're very, very hard to find. A plot twist that we've uncovered this week, though, that shirt was not sold with that sponsor to people. It was only ever player issued or player worn. And the person I sourced the shirt from purchased the shirt from the kit man who used to, or still does, work at Palermo. So there is a very, very high chance that that shirt was worn in a friendly, or at least issued in a friendly, to Paulo Dybala. We're never going to know, I don't think, but what do you actually want me to say about this situation? Like, do you want me to do I could do a video. The final shirt I wanted to talk about in this section was the AIK CXXX shirt from this, because just I do believe the box is probably better than the shirt, but moving on. So for the £200 section, I think it would be good if we talk about every single shirt individually, because there's only 6 of them, starting off the Juventus Cross Palace collaboration with this home shirt, because I just love it. I know I shouldn't, and I know it. Wow, I love it. It's worth £220. I've seen them go for more, but I just thought, for the sake of it, I'll say 220. You never really see them come up on sale other than on sites like StockX now. So, but it's just, shagadelic. For quite a while, this was one of my most sought after shirts, and I don't know whether it's because obviously there is the Palace skateboards. Would I be too hot on it if it said like Skechers? Probably not. But that's the whole point of this collab. It's a bit of a hype beast thing, and I love it. On to the next one. People ask how I store my shirts. I just Ziploc bags with some silica gel in them. Makes it awkward for filming a video like this because I then have to get it out. First world problems. Next up is my Mexico 1997 home shirt. It's obviously very famous for having the Aztec design on it. It's basically the exact same shirt as the 1998 one, other than the fact that they're a bit different. That's literally it. People aren't buying the shirt for that slight differential. People are buying it because of the mental design. It's worth around £220. The 98 ones I've seen go for like £350 before, but if I was to list it on eBay tomorrow, I'd expect to get around 220-ish. So that's what I'm saying it's worth. People are probably watching this thinking either that's way undervalued or that's way overvalued. The comments is always fun. It's a great place to be, the YouTube comment section is. Next up is my bruised banana, and it's in such good condition. I'm so immature. My bruised banana. Grow up. Anyway, it's in such good condition, and I would say it's worth around £250. I know they go for higher. In bad condition, they still go for 200. But once again, if I was to do an eBay listing tomorrow, I'd expect to get around 250-ish. There's only so much I can say about my love for this shirt, but in long sleeves, they've gone for more, but I'm saying it's worth around £250 if I was to sell it tomorrow. And we can talk about this as much as we want. And just hang on a minute, let's just stare for a second. Right, hear me out. This next one I'm going to talk about is going to annoy quite a few people because it only actually released a few weeks ago. And you're also going to be thinking, Ellis, didn't you get the goalkeeper version as well? But I'm valuing this at £300 minimum. Let's see what's going on there. It is the Napoli Marcelo Ballon home shirt, numbered 1 to 1,000, and mine is the number 755. The reason I'm saying it's worth £300 is I've seen some go for between 500 to £1,000. I just thought 300 was a nice safe bet where people couldn't moan at me too much for saying that's how much it's worth. For those of you wondering where the goalkeeper shirt is, we'll talk about that in another video. A lot of things come full circle on this channel, so stay tuned for maybe 2 weeks and you'll see where that is. The final shirt I've attributed a £500 value to. Then again, one did sell the other day for £900, so it's hard to say, but it's obviously my Holland 88 shirt with Van Basten on the back as well. I could stand here and wax lyrical about it all day, but I've done a whole video on it. If you haven't seen that yet, then watch that and you'll see me like, oh, I got it. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, what a moment. Watch that one. Anyway, then 6 shirts come to a total value of £1,740, which brings our grand total to £14,375, which is, I've been doing this about a year and 4 months. It's been a weird old year. As I've said throughout this, I'm very aware that values are almost subjective with these things, and one day a shirt might be worth 100, the next 80, the next 120. Like, it's not a market that exactly has steady pricing. That's why I love it. Personally, I'm really happy with where my collection's at. I was speaking to Jodie about it the other day. Like, when I first started doing this, did I imagine I'd ever have anywhere near a collection like this? No. It's just snowballed so ridiculously at this point. It will also be interesting to look in 2 or 3 years' time at A, what my collection is like then, and B, how much these shirts are worth then. Have they gone up massively? Have they gone down? Personally, in my opinion, I think the football, just sportswear space in general, we're still only at the tip of the iceberg as to what can happen. If you look at other things that have gone mental, like this space still hasn't really exploded in the way you'd expect. Like with other collectibles, like if you look at Pokemon cards and stuff, and I'm aware they're inherently collectible, but there's big channels talking about them all the time. Like the biggest channel that consistently talks about football shirts is me, and in the grand scheme of YouTube, I'm irrelevant. So imagine like if a big channel or a big influencer or some big creators get behind this, then, the sky's the limit. Companies, You've got influencer marketing budgets. Use them, please. We'll all make some money. Yes, so my current collection, as it stands in May 2021, is worth £14,375. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. Also like, subscribe and tick that bell notification button to have a chance of winning a £20 classic football shirts voucher. I've been Ellis. Be sure to stay tuned for more football shirt content twice a week, every week. Ciao, ciao. Bye.